Today we're making a slightly different forged bangle. 3mm wire. Get the size you need. Inside diameter in millimeters. Add 3mm, multiply by 3.14. Now, because we're going to forge this, it'll get longer as we hammer it. So once you get your total length, subtract 15 mil. Cut it to that length with your saw. If it needs to be annealed, anneal it, bend it around so that the ends fit perfectly, and solder it with hard solder. Once you've soldered your piece with hard solder, pickle it, round it up, and then sand it. Always round it up before you sand it. Now, if you've done a proper soldering and sanding job, your join should be almost invisible. You should have to look pretty hard to find it. So now we're going to forge this, and what we're going to do is hold this at this angle on our ring mandrel, and I'm using the mandrel as a gauge so that I hold it at the same spot every time. So for this one, I'm using the rounded side of the planishing hammer because holding it like this, I'll be matching the rounded side of the bracelet mandrel. And I'm just going to forge a flat. Yes. And then I'm going to leave a space that wide and forge another one. Then I'm going to flip it over and forge the other side. And by forging the other side, what I've got is what looks like a twisted bangle. Now, each time I hit this on the side, it's going to stretch this way. So as you're forging this, check it for the proper size. If it's too small, you just keep forging. If, as you're hammering, it gets really hard to move, anneal it again. You can anneal it as many times as you need. Just when you're annealing, don't get it too hot or your solder will flow and it'll pop apart because it has work hardened. So go all the way around your bangle now. So this is what it'll look like when we're finished. Slightly different. Now, when you have the proper size and you like the way it looks, put it on something to make sure that it's flat. If it isn't, put it on a piece of wood and just tap it until it's flat. Done. Now polish it, hallmark it, and you're finished.